Hey folks, welcome back. It's me, Quizmaster Jack, with week 2 of Buzzword, doing pop culture and sports in 2024. Still in the new spot. Like I said, the Peloton's gone. No more Peloton. Where'd it go? I know, but it's a mystery to you. We're going to play these questions. Each question is going to be a series of clues that go from more obscure to more well-known. I'm going to try to buzz in as soon as I can. Get the question right for more points. Question 1.
In a 2004 rom-com, this actress
2004.
played a woman who leads a crowd in the Thriller dance to save a dull party run by the magazine Poise. She played the adoptive mother of the protagonist's baby in the film Juno. For 10 points, what star of 13 going on 30 now appears in commercials for Capital One?
What's her name? It's Hilary Swank? Jennifer Garner. Yeah. Oops. I don't know why. Why would I confuse those two? I just couldn't get to Jen Garner.
On this show, an idea for a restaurant that would rent 'em spoons was suggested by Cole.
Rent 'em spoons.
Its star played multiple characters, including the salon owner, Shanae.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
A 2024 Emmys tribute to this show featured Tisha Campbell. For 10 points, what 90s sitcom was titled for a comedian surnamed Lawrence?
I think it's just called Martin. Yeah. I was thinking that from Shanae. I never watched Martin, but that seemed like it fit the plot.
In a 1997 film, this actor plays Vincent, who saves his brother Anton from drowning in a game of chicken.
Oh, that's from Gattaca.
Hoyt, a cop up for evaluation who is forced to smoke marijuana laced with PCP by the corrupt Alon.
So it's Ethan Hawke. Yeah. Like, I knew it was Gattaca, but I didn't know which one. Who was the other brother in that? Like, who played his brother? Brother was the cop. Ethan Hawke was the one who was trying to take over Jude Law's life, essentially, so he could go to space. God, who was the brother? Don't remember who the brother was. So why did I just buzz in and say Ethan Hawke there?
A response to this song by Sporty Thieves says someone frontin' like she can't say hi is a pigeon. This song, whose video is set on a...
I think this is No Scrubs. Yeah, because the pigeon thing was definitely a response to No Scrubs. So, TLC had the song against Scrub Dudes, and then that group responded with one against Pigeon Ladies. Scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me.
In a game in this series, the Argent Tower is destroyed by Dr. Olivia Pierce,
Ooh. Nah, I think I went in too early. Doom. Yeah. I was in a first-person shooter. Just too early. That's gonna be rough on the overall there. What's the name? The character in Borderlands that I'm thinking of is going to be played by Jamie Lee Curtis in the movies. A mistake that may cost me for the whole year in my goal to repeat as video game champion in Buzzword.
This actress played the V addict Amy Burley on True Blood. Her debut role was Sarah on Freaks and Geeks. After playing the narrator Libby on Fleischman is in Trouble, she starred as the stalker Alex on 2023's Fatal Attraction. For 10 points, who played researcher Virginia Johnson on Masters of Sex?
If that was the giveaway. So it was Betty Gilpin was on Lizzie Kaplan. Okay. Betty Gilpin was in Masters of Sex, so I went with that. Was probably never going to get Lizzie Kaplan.
This hero is told it's rude to stare by an imprisoned villain played by Donald Glover.
Yeah, that's Miles Morales. That's from Across the Spider-Verse. So they had a section in Across the Spider-Verse where they basically walk through the equivalent of Batman's gallery museum of people that he's taken stuff from, and there's all sorts of all sorts of Spider-Man villains, and they had Donald Glover as the Prowler from the MCU. I think they were working on getting Donald Glover his own Prowler movie, but I don't know where that is. The MCU is kind of up in the air right now.
A song by this artist describes sexting sonnets under the tables, tangled in cables, before repeating its title. This artist sings Satellite Can't Find Her on a single from her 2023 album Desire, I Want to Turn Into You. For 10 points, what indie pop artist sings Billions and Bunny is a Rider?
Yeah, she's not an indie person. Never heard of Caroline Polachek. No chance for me there.
In this game's DLC campaign,
Ooh, more video
players
games.
gather ingredients for Chef Saltbaker's Wonder...
Yeah, all right. All right, feel better about the video games there, because they gave me that Cuphead knowledge. Yeah, the DLC was, the main thing was Saltbaker had you go out to get ingredients. Instead of getting contracts for the devil in the DLC, you're getting ingredients so you can make a cookie that will, like, transfer your soul into a real body, because that's what Miss Chalice was trying to do, and you could play as Miss Chalice. Yeah, Cuphead, still great. DLC was great. Maybe a little easy? I don't know. I feel like I did the final boss there. That took me a lot fewer attempts than the devil did in the original. 2 video game questions, yay! And we got 19 on one of them. 2 19s in this round. Probably won't make up for the 3 we've gotten wrong so far. 4? Maybe 4. The 4 we've gotten wrong.
People who excessively use this substance develop the eyes of Ibad, which is a blue tint.
The spice? Yeah, it's the spice melange. All right, so we got 6 right. 3 of them were 19s, but getting 4 wrong doesn't even get you, just won't get into triple digits there. So plenty of stuff for the highlight reel, but a lot of questions wrong. So that will not be a great week for us in pop culture. But I don't know, I feel good about getting 19s. And I'll take that over to sports. Those were 10 questions about pop culture. Now it's all 10 questions about sports.
This was the surname of a Pirates pitcher who once used his wife's surname, Okendo. Nick Anderson relieved a starter of this surname who cruised through 73 pitches in Game 6 of the 2020 World Series. For 10 points, give the surname of a Cy Young winner for both the Rays and Padres, named Blake.
Oh, okay. Blake who, you ask? Blake Snell, that's who.
This athlete ran 85 yards through the heart of the South, torching Alabama in the first college football playoffs. He was fined for jumping into a Salvation Army red kettle to celebrate
it's Zeke Elliott. Was that the Thanksgiving game? No, I think may have been the Thanksgiving game, but it was definitely late in the year because they don't have that Salvation Army cauldron out all the time at Cowboy Stadium.
This athlete stopped competing for years after a near-death heat stroke experience during a loss to Jimmy Young.
It's probably
this man's
tennis.
1994 win over Michael Moorer earned him a world championship at age 45. For 10 points, what boxer who lost the Rumble in the Jungle to Muhammad Ali endorses an electric grill?
Okay. That's right. No, wait, it's George. It's George something. George Foreman grill. Yeah, that should have been gettable. I just I haven't thought about George Foreman in so long.
This athlete, who was trained as both a child and in college by Bob Bowman, is nicknamed the Baltimore Bullet. In 2008, this man broke a record set in 1972 by placing first in 8 different events in Beijing. For 10 points, what American swimmer has won a record
It's just Michael Phelps. I didn't know he was the Baltimore Bullet. He'll probably be at the AFC Championship game tomorrow then in Baltimore.
This man and Chris Paul are the only two NBA players who have finished a game with at least 20 points, 20 assists, and no turnovers. This former Iowa State Cyclone was the centerpiece of the trade that brought Domantas Sabonis to the Kings. For 10 points, name this Indiana Pacers point guard.
All right, just who's the point guard for the Pacers right now, you ask? I don't know. Halliburton was never going to get Tyrese Halliburton.
The current Baltimore Orioles played one season in this city before moving to St. Louis in 1902. In 1970, the Seattle Pilots moved to this city, which from 1953 to 1960...
So just Milwaukee? Yeah, because the Pilots became the Brewers. They played one season in Seattle and then moved to Milwaukee and became the Brewers eventually.
Until 1976, this stadium was the primary home of a game between the NFL champions and college seniors. The Eagles lost a 1988 playoff game in this stadium known as the Fog Bowl. In 1985, this was the home stadium of a 15-1 Super Bowl winning team. For 10 points, name this home of the Chicago Bears.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 85. Of course, that's the Bears. That was the Super Bowl Shuffle Bears. Just wasn't thinking straight. I was in Miami. I was thinking about Miami, but there's no fog in Miami.
This object was found wrapped in newspaper by a dog named Pickles after it was stolen in Westminster. The original version of this object was named for Jules May, who sailed with it to Uruguay in 1930, where it was won by the host. Is
there a word for it? Let's just say the World Cup trophy and get it almost exactly right. Yeah, because Uruguay won the first World Cup trophy. I believe they beat England in the final. I did not know about a dog named Pickles. So. Thanks, Pickles.
This man called himself a preacher's son in Maverick, a book he published in 1975 while playing for the Knicks. As a coach, this North Dakota alumnus used an offense developed by longtime assistant Tex Winter.
That sounds super familiar.
What coach used the triangle offense?
Just Phil Jackson? I didn't know he went to North Dakota. He's the only hippie to go to North Dakota.
In 1994, fans of a club in this country were the first to use what are now called thundersticks. The first live baseball game broadcast by ESPN during the COVID pandemic was...
It's Korea. Oh, we should probably say a specific one. Not unifying the Koreas here. Yeah, South Korea. I got that off of the pandemic because they were showing... ESPN was desperate to show sports, and South Korea was still playing baseball at the time. So they started broadcasting Korean baseball, South Korean baseball. All right, we got 6 more points in sports than we did in pop culture, mainly on the strength of getting 2 more questions right in sports. And that'll do it for Buzzword this week, week 2 of 2024. If you think you'd like to play some Buzzword, you can head on over to naqt.com/buzzword and check it out for yourself. I'm Quizmaster Jack. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.